like that. But I do have a question for you, actually.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you caught the draft lottery. I'm sure you've seen who won the draft lottery.
Oh, yeah. I got multiple thoughts on that.
Yeah. Okay.
W for the Hawks, though.
Very big W, and
Crazy,
I feel
actual...
I feel so bad for Detroit, man. I feel really
that was one
badly.
other thing I was gonna say.
They got hoed.
Because not only do you get made fun of for the first half of the fucking season, and then get like some weird wins and just kind of have a overall like, okay, well, we know they're gonna get the number 1 pick type of season, and you're already in a weaker draft opinion wise. Like, we never know what's gonna happen, but you already like, okay, well, at least we're gonna get the number 1 pick. At least the first pick's gotta be good. But now you don't have that. I don't know what pick they ended up getting. I know it's not 1. I don't think it was 2 either.
It's 5.
5 is fucking crazy.
Yeah, winning. So largest losing streak of all time. Just to end up with the 5th.
And
pick.
Once you're at this
back to back,
you have Cunningham, and it's not like exactly like a Luka where once you draft him, you know you're not drafting anyone else.
I mean, I'm a
huge
Cade Cunningham fan.
You know,
I'm a firm believer that Cade would be able to be an all-star caliber point guard if the Pistons did anything to help him.
This is what I'm saying. We don't know how many more seasons the Pistons are even going to have this chance, and that they just got very unlucky.
True.
I know they are sick right now.
Oh, I would be too.
But
thankfully,
they could draft Bronny James.
This class doesn't have like the quote-unquote top-end talent. Although I do like a lot of the players. Don't get me wrong.
Is that thankfully for the Knicks though?
Because like I just said,
the
Knicks.
The Pistons.
Pistons.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Because they thought they were gonna get the number 1 at least, and now they got 5.
Right, but
I guess it would hurt more if it was a crazy draft.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But it's also there's like obviously there's a number 1 consensus, which is Alex Sarr. But the 1 through 5, honestly, there's not a huge discrepancy between the actual player ability.
I don't know the draft class at all, to be honest.
No, not too much.
I know Bronny James, and that's it.
Brownie's probably not getting drafted, personally, but
yes, he is.
He's going. He's going to the Lakers. He's going to the. Nah.
Look, I have thoughts on it, but I also don't want to like say too much because like I don't want to be unfair to Bronny.
Yeah.
Because the whole world's already being unfair to him, media-wise. And, yeah, he had the heart thing. Fucking crazy. I personally think he should do another year in college.
Yeah,
But I also do get the sentiment of, like, another year in college isn't going to help as much development-wise as a year in the NBA. And if you know for a fact, maybe a team will be desperate enough to draft me because of my dad, you know what? Why not get that experience and the money and that? It really depends on what... one, how sure are you going to be how sure are you that you're going to get drafted? 2, is this the way you want to get drafted, and like, is this how you want your career to start? Because once his dad leaves, nothing's guaranteed. I mean, to be honest, we don't even know if it's guaranteed in the first place because of the LeBron thing. That's just something that everyone's saying because LeBron said it once. We don't know how true that's going to be. You know?
Well, LeBron changes his mind a lot. But
that's what I'm saying. I know LeBron wants it to happen, but realistically, like we just don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I get it. You know, Bronny didn't have the best career in college for that first year, but it was another type of thing of like, I'm not gonna judge him off that. We know he has talent. I'm not gonna judge him off of a year where he was very scared to do anything because of his heart.
Yeah. But
I would fucking be scared too.
Although
at the other end, I don't blame teams for looking at that and being scared themselves.
True.
So like, it's just a weird situation.
It's a weird mix.
There's no winners, in my opinion.
I
don't know how to phrase it lightly. Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, I wanted to ask you a couple questions. All right.
Okay.
So if you're the Hawks, right? Are you trading Trae Young this offseason?
No. Oh, actually, I don't know.
You have DeJounte Murray. So, I mean, and not saying he's better than Trae Young, but
wait.
two primary ball handlers.
Is the guy that you said they wanted
Alex Sarr is a
like
power forward center, like 4-5.
Ooh. Well, I don't know, man, because it's just another type of thing. We never know how good these draft picks are going to be.
True.
Markelle Fultz happened. Ben Simmons happened. I mean, the Lakers, Lonzo Ball happened.
I mean, Nikola Jokic down the board.
But, exactly. It's like, so I don't want to, like, put too much weight into this. But I guess until proven otherwise, we can at least speculate, yeah, the number 1 pick's probably going to be pretty good. So I'm going to go in with that mindset. I'm not going to go in with the doomer mindset. Yeah, I don't know. So next year, where would you put the Hawks then if they do trade him? Are you just rebuilding, or are you trying to do something?
So I think the haul you can get for Trae Young would be pretty good. I mean, although there is a thing, it's a weird mix because there's a bunch of people who think Trae Young's worth like 3 first-round picks, and there's a bunch of people who, and like a bunch of good players.
Traded for D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, and a bunch of good players, right? But and there's also the other side of the coin who thinks no, he's inefficient at times. He can't defend at all. He's a liability in some cases. I think he's worth the first round pick.
It's gotten to the point where we started over-hating Trae Young out of nowhere.
We did when he's averaging 28 points and 10 assists every year.
He's still good, yeah.
Very good player.
That's why I want him on the Lakers. I know every year we do like we're going to get this star type of thing, but I genuinely think he would fit in pretty well.
But I also do agree. Personally, for me, I would trade DeJounte Murray over Trae Young. Trae Young's a better player. Obviously, he's on a bigger contract.
It's which ones would teams want to trade for?
Yeah, that's the exact issue.
Because I don't hear people talking about DeJounte Murray trades. All I've heard is Trae Young.
And he's a little less valued. And once you trade Trae Young, that haul you're going to get for him, that'll set up your franchise pretty well, especially if Alexander Sarr ends up being really good. We don't know how he's going to be.
How old is DeJounte Murray?
So personally, for me, I wouldn't trade Trae Young because you never know when you're going to get another franchise cornerstone at point guard, especially.
It would really suck if they traded him and then, I don't know, just got in a situation where they could have used him type thing.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know if
27, so he is in that prime.
I don't know if you want to talk about it, but Caitlin Clark has certainly had a.
I'm still talking about the Hawks. I'm still talking about the Hawks. God damn it.
Okay.
Not to be sexist or anything, but I'm still talking about the men's league.
Okay. That's crazy. All right, yeah, I get you.
So you got DeJounte Murray in his best years. These days, I'd say a player is probably really good as long as they take care of their body to maybe 35, 36, depending on what player you are. Because we've seen it with LeBron, we've seen it with Kevin Durant. Steph Curry's still good, but then you also got
Blake Griffin,
Klay Thompson. Well, that's different.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan, I don't know how old he is. I'm about to look it up, but I'm assuming he's probably not the same
34.
Yeah, 34.
Yeah.
Not playing as well as those guys, but still was once
He was very good this year. Still.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, not as good as LeBron. I get what you mean.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he still put up numbers. Holy shit.
Yeah, 23, 22.
Okay, so DeMar. Okay, that helps my point though. Still cooking at this age. I feel like these days more than ever, you could probably count on your stars holding out for a little bit longer. Now, are they gonna stay? I don't know, because all the stars that I just mentioned are not on the teams they were at the age of 27. So, besides Steph Curry. But I'm trying to think Hawks. If I'm thinking long term, which is weird because we mentioned earlier, teams don't rebuild very long these days. They'll go a year or two and then go right into it. That's what I'm wondering. Do the Hawks want to wait another year? Because if they do, what they get for Trae Young could either be young talent, could be first round picks, or they could try and get another point producer type of deal to support. I don't know what they're going for. Or maybe some role players that aren't necessarily young but are good because they think they're going to make a run. I have no fucking clue what they're thinking. So that's just kind of what I was thinking about when you're talking about the trades. But you said you wanted to trade DeJounte Murray, which in that case,
I would rather trade DeJounte. I know you're gonna get less for him, obviously. But I think
in that case, I feel like you have more leeway because Trae Young's younger.
True, but the thing is, I feel like DeJounte Murray doesn't benefit this team very well.
I'm not a fucking Hawks fanboy, so I honestly don't know.
Well, the issue is, okay, DeJounte Murray's a very, very good player. But the problem is you have two players who do very similar things. Obviously, he doesn't assist the way Trae Young does. Trae Young doesn't defend the way DeJounte Murray does. He doesn't rebound the way DeJounte Murray does. But they're similar players in the fact that they would rather have the ball in their hands.
Okay, here's my question. Do they have to trade either of them?
You don't have to, but we've seen that this isn't going to work out.
See how this goes for a year.
Because
if
it's
our
been
number
2
one
years.
pick pans out,
yeah,
but we have a potential franchise-changing power forward coming in. Why not see how it goes, man? It's not like you're gonna win the championship this year.
You're right.
Although I contracts and shit, I don't know if now is the best time to trade Trae Young in terms of that. So yeah, maybe I'm just yapping.
No, I that's actually a great idea, but the only reason I'm hesitant on that is because you never know how the NBA is gonna unfold. Players get injured, and it's a thing where let's see how this goes, right? Let's see how Sarr plays alongside these two players.
Yeah, and then you lose your trade
and
value.
Then you lose your trade value.
Well, yeah, but. Yeah, okay, I'm just arguing now.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, but
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that.
No, it's just another thing of like the NBA.
It's
is
tough.
Weird.
It's
you
a tough decision.
What's the right choice until years later? I mean,
Yeah, well.
Kobe got drafted 13th.
And ended up being decent. He was all right. He's solid.
Yeah, I mean, he was okay.
Yeah. No,
that's my favorite player. Come on.